Hey y'all. I am
Hey.
so excited. The Verna Cowl Crochet Along. That is so hard for me to say. Goes live today, and I'm here with Danielle, the designer of the gorgeous cowl. So we thought we would just go live and say hey.
Hey.
So,
How's
if you,
everybody?
so as you can see, here's one of them, and then Danielle's wearing one.
And I really wish I could remember the colorways, but I think it was Beautiful Darling and
Dark denim.
Dark Denim.
And then
They,
this is Beautiful Darling and Berry Beautiful. I have a thing for and then I think the other one, what was the other one? Teal? Something teal.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember now.
me either. But
But
it
for
was
those of you who purchased kits just for this cowl, yeah, I'm going to say it wrong now too. This is what you can expect if you got either
one
of
of
these
those. Yeah,
colorways.
yeah. I can't wait. I know you did a crochet along, was it last year?
Last summer.
Last summer, and it was so much fun just to, like, be in the group and watch it, and so I'm really excited about this one. I love seeing what people choose and their own spin on it too, like how they decide to pair the colors and things like that, so I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be really fun. If you want to join in and you haven't yet, I have a link in the description of this video to join Danielle's private Facebook group, and then there's also a link to the pattern. So y'all come join in the fun. There's going to be some prizes.
And they're pretty awesome, I must say.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty
Um,
excited.
so I guess we'll jump in with what week one is going to consist of. So the Verna Cowl Crochet Along is a 3-week crochet along. It is a paid pattern crochet along, but I promise all of the fun and the prizes are going to be worth it. And I mean, you end up with a great wearable piece, especially now that I know it doesn't feel like we're going into fall, but I mean, it's going to be here soon enough. So Nikki and I figured it would be a great August crochet along to kind of bring in that transition. And I know some of you have really warm weather until October, November, but here in Alberta, we are pretty much starting that transition. I won't lie. I saw some yellow leaves on some of the trees out here, so we know it's coming, and even the birds are starting to flock together and get ready to go back wherever they
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I was walking my driveway and I saw one of the trees. I saw some red peeking out, and I'm like, I am not ready. Like, I'm ready for fall because I love fall.
Me too.
But it's like when fall gets here, winter is just, it comes up too quickly. So,
Yes.
but I do love a cowl now because in the South, it stays hot. Like, it really doesn't get that cold here. We may have a
Yeah.
couple of, cold snaps, but I love a cowl because, like, you have a quarter length string shirt on. I can't talk today. And
Oh,
I love that because literally I could wear that all year long like that. If I was running to, like, the grocery store or going to church or something like that, I can throw a cowl on and stay comfortable. I don't even think I own, like, a winter jacket. Like, I have some lightweight jackets, but, like, a winter jacket, I don't even own that. So, it's good no matter what, like, your climate is. So,
it it
yeah.
is. I mean, you do get cooler nights too, right? And like
True.
when it's
Yes.
raining and windy or whatever,
Yeah.
it's definitely nice. And here today, it's supposed to be 21 degrees Celsius, which is still quite warm, but it's
Yeah.
breezy and you can feel the humidity in the air, and it's a
Yeah.
perfect day for this.
Here, I didn't even try to wear mine because we're under a heat advisory today. And I keep my temperature in my house, like, cut up during the day because my husband wants it on, like, 70 in the evenings, and I freeze, so I literally have it on, like, 78 or 79, so it's just way too hot, but I wanted to wear it, but I was just like, "No, I'm not gonna." I don't look cute when I'm sweating, like, nobody wants to see that. Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
I I hear you. I don't think I could have wore this probably 2 days ago. We were under heat advisories as well, which is like we get them maybe a couple times a year, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not something that happens often. But today it's been kind of cloudy. You
yeah,
see, it's not like the nicest weather today.
yeah, yeah. So,
but back, see, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, you never know what we're going to talk about.
Exactly. Some of you know this already
Yes.
about us.
Yeah.
So week 1 is just going to consist of getting your materials. Get your materials, narrow down to what yarn you're going to use. I know some of you purchase kits, so you guys are ready to go. I hope you have them hanked up and they are ready to go. But for others who may not have got the kits in time or chose something else that they wanted to use, get your yarn narrowed down and figure that out. And I know that's the hardest part because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the next one, because I would like to do another one along with you guys. And I have no idea, no clue. I've stared at my yarn stash so much and I cannot decide what we're going to do. My husband says reds because I've done a green, a blue, and he's like, a red would be really nice. And I wear red.
Yeah. I can't decide on mine because I had a set back from the first round of kits and I sold it. And then I still haven't dyed any more of the yarn. I keep saying that I'm going to save some. And then I had the yarn crawl and I sold my set that I saved for myself. So, but I'm so bad about keeping like just one offs. Like I don't have a lot of tonals. So I don't know what I'm going to. I may just do it all variegated because I think it would be really pretty even. Like, I love how you laid out the colors, but I even think just like a variegated or even a tonal, I think it would be pretty any yarn.
Do like 2 different tonals or 2 different variegateds. Variegated, it would be so pretty. You should totally do it.
I should. What I like about it is that if you make the pattern based on measurements, you could even use a DK weight yarn. Possibly even a sock weight. I know. I like y'all are like, this girl's talking about sock weight because I was just like, I'm never gonna use sock weight, but
you've been converted.
I have quickly. It happened so quickly. So I may even try to make it with sock weight.
You should. I mean, the biggest thing that you're gonna come with when you're changing up the yarn weight is you just want your opening to be big enough to sit over your head. And I mean, you can look at the stitch counts and whatnot, and you should be able to figure out kind of how many more rows of this section you'll want to go before it'll fit your head. And then you can just adjust from there. So it should be easy enough to adjust yarn weights for it.
I think so. And if anything, I'll keep notes because now that I have this one made, I could always even just like base it off of. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's such a gorgeous pattern. So
thank you. I'm not sure if anybody's actually interested why I chose Verna. But I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. Verna was my grandmother, and as a young child, my mom was 16 years old when she had me. So she was very, very young, and my sister was born 13 months later, along with another sister who was 4 years younger than myself. So grandma was the person who kind of helped raise us. We spent most of our weekends with her. She was the one that we weren't a very well off family, so she was the one that would kind of help along when we wanted to do a school trip or wanted a certain thing. She would have us work for it at her place, which I mean was great. We were fine with that, and it was spending time with grandma. Usually her favorite thing to do was have us move all of her furniture in her house. Like it was a weekly thing. We would move this giant sectional, and like you guys know, old furniture is so heavy. Like it was solid, it was indestructible, but moving it was so heavy. And we would do that weekly. There was injuries often. And then she actually passed away when I was 18 years old. She passed away from suicide. And I mean, it broke my heart, and I didn't learn the cause for many years, but it broke my heart that we didn't see those signs of what was happening and how sad she was. But as a teenager, like 18, we're still pretty young. I was still pretty self-absorbed at that time. And kind of just living my life and working and doing this and that. So we lost her at 58, and she was quite young.
Yes, that's too young.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But she was probably one of the most influential women in my entire life. She was one of the strongest women I knew growing up. She was the person I called when my mother and I would have arguments or disagreements. She was the first person I told many of my secrets to.
Yeah.
I actually injured myself when I was about 12 or 13. My parents had left to run some errands. I was with my sisters, and I tried to cut something, and I ended up slicing my finger really bad. And I didn't even call my parents first. It was my grandmother who I called first, told me what to do. I don't think my parents were overly excited about the fact that I didn't call them first, but she was literally the person I ran to for pretty much everything. So, this was kind of something I made for her. I know she would have loved it. And yeah, it just, when I was making it, I just felt this like strong connection to her, and it was really nice. I hadn't had that in a while because she's been gone for a while now. So
yeah, it's like a comforting piece. It's like a hug.
It is. It was like the big grandma hugs.
No, I love it. It's so sweet.
She was a wonderful lady, you know. Yeah.
I have a lady that's been following me for a while named Verna. And when I first sent an email out about the Verna Cowl kit, she's like, "Oh my goodness!" She's like, "I was so surprised to see my name. It's such a unique name, but I absolutely love it. It's such a pretty name." So
I do too. And you know, my grandmother really didn't. She was like, "No, if you have children, you cannot give them that name." And I was like,
too funny.
I mean, I never had daughters, so they never got that name. But I was like, "Oh, you best believe I would," and I would have too. We had like Verna May as the middle names picked out for a girl, which we never had, but that's okay. Yeah. She never liked it, but I think it's a gorgeous name, and I would have completely named a daughter that.
It's so sweet.
I know.
I love knowing the stories behind pieces, you know, and like why it's named this. And so thank you for sharing that. That's so
no problem. Thank you. I always like to share it because I don't know. I feel like I try to connect with each design that I create. There's always a connection for me, or otherwise it doesn't get made. Like I need that personal touch to it, and I need that, you know, that person or that memory or that thing even. To kind of connect with what I'm doing. And I like to share them when I can, or when it's something I feel like it needs to be shared. Like the Overcomer was a big one for me as well.
That was, it was just perfectly named too.
It was.
Hey, Nicole.
Another pattern coming.
Ooh.
Kind of along the same lines as the Overcomer, just it's a little different. I'm excited about it. Maybe this fall.
Well, I'm excited. I know it's going to be gorgeous.
Thank you. It's being done in your yarn too, I think.
Oh, yay.
What month was that? It was neutrals, but it was pinks and brown and gray.
Was that boho month?
I think it was. I think so.
Was it this one?
I can't recall now.
Oh, wow.
It looks so different hanked up, and I don't have it with me.
Yeah, so. It does.
I'll post a picture of it.
Yeah. Oh, it could have been. No, I really think the only time I used any kind of brownish was boho. So, well, I can't wait to see it.
I will share a picture with you soon.
Yay.
So yes, back to week one. Week one is just getting your yarn ready, your materials ready, and do your gauge swatch. It's listed in the pattern. That's all you have to do this week is just your gauge swatch. And I will do a post up in my Facebook group. And once you guys have done that, all you have to do is snap a photo of your gauge swatch, your yarn, post it there, and you'll be entered to win the first week's prize.
It's a good one.
It is. And I think we're going to say what it is in the post, right?
Are we? We can.
I guess we'll chat about that because now I don't know.
I've been so clueless. Like we've talked about this for months, and we had like this perfect plan, And then last night we were like tidying everything up and I was not on track at all. Like today I was like gung ho. I was ready to go live and posting. She's like, "Oh no, honey." She's like, that's this week one's winner's prize. Not everybody's getting that." I was like, "Oh." Like I was trying to just
Oh, but you know what? I was no better because when we were chatting yesterday, I was like, I took my meds that kind of make me all woo. And then we were also driving, like we were driving back from Edmonton because we just went and saw Sean's family. And we were driving back from Edmonton. So I was just like all over the place from that because I mean, when you're driving all day, you just get tired. And it was like 2 hours from where we were. So not a big deal, but their home is like unseasonably warm and they keep it warm because Sean's grandma just needs it a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
But I was all over the place yesterday. So I don't even know if I answered all your questions properly.
I don't even remember what I asked. You're good.
Okay, good. We figured it out. We
figured it out. It's like no matter how much we think we're prepared, like we're not. But it's okay. It's gonna be fun. So
we were prepared. We were.
Yeah.
We had everything nailed down to a T, and then
life
things happen. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, and then week 2 is going to be just kind of getting started.
Week 2. So I guess we can go through all the weeks here for everybody.
Real quick.
Yeah. So week 2, you're going to continue on the pattern all the way up until the color change. So it won't be attached yet. It'll be working back and forth. And it'll be right up until the color change. And pretty much when I do the post for week 2, you're just going to post your picture of the pattern till that point, until the color change. And then week 3 is going to be like our big prize. And week 3 is just going to be finishing up the cowl and taking pictures of your finished product. I hope that some of you will take pictures wearing it. I would love to see you rocking your cowls, but that part doesn't matter, either finished or wearing. Week 3, it will be like the big grand prize, which is so awesome. I cannot wait to show you guys what Nikki and I put together for that. So,
and I'm not going to say what it is because I know Danielle's probably like, Nikki, don't do it, don't do it.
But I'm there too. But yeah,
but it's something that is something creative. Both like Danielle has done something creative for this prize, and I have done something creative for this prize, and that's all I'm going to say. And I'm just going to drink some water.
Yeah. So you just. I'm really excited. I mean, I want the prize.
I know. I'm jealous.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I just got to thinking because I'm in my whole time in like the other side of my brain has been thinking, what do I have that's a tonal and a variegated? And I'm like going through and look what I have on my desk for my Yarn Everywhere podcast today. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. Oh, Nikki, do it.
I have been holding on to this yarn because I'm like, I need it for pictures for the release, but I've already released the yarn. I just got chills.
You need to do that. Do that. Do it.
But, okay, so should I do 90s tie-dye with the pink or the 90s tie-dye with the purple?
Oh, that's so hard to choose. We should leave it to whoever's here. I can't see any comments right now, but we should leave it. Let's see what everybody says.
You know, this would be a really good post. I may post this in the group and get everybody to help me decide because I kept thinking this whole time, like what? Can you? Yeah, here we go. And I kept thinking, like, what do I want to make with this? What do I want to make with this? And I'm really into cowls right now.
Me too.
So, we have some comments coming through. Hey,
Nicole.
Nicole says pink and purple. Nicole, yes. And then let's see, Taylor. Hey, Taylor. Taylor said purple. Hillary said purple. I don't know what hand is what here. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm really excited. I do quite love that purple. I mean, the pink is fantastic and the variegated is fantastic, but that purple screams
and everything. You know, I'm all about kind of getting out of my comfort zone. And I'm not usually drawn to purples. Like a purple that holds pink or berry, I will do.
Yeah.
Y'all, so let me just tell you, on this screen, it's opposite of where I wanna go, so sorry. Um, pink is definitely my comfort zone, so I think I may lean purple. I do like Nicole's idea of both.
I know, I do too. And I don't know if you recall, a couple of years ago, I think it was a winterscape beanie, but I made it in purple and yellows, and it was a huge hit. Like, it was not a colorway that, like, I wouldn't consider putting yellows and purples together on a normal
I
day.
do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I think purple and the yellow would be
Okay.
so beautiful, along with the pinks and the greens in there. It's stunning.
Yes, and see, like, just that it really
Oh,
makes that purple it pulls that out of there, and like you said, the greens and the orange and the yellow okay. I'm
and
still
see,
gonna
I
post
love
it in
how
the
you.
group for fun, but
Yes, let's do
I'm
it.
kinda I agree,
I
Nicole said yellow and purple together are amazing. I agree.
They
Yeah,
really are, and
yeah,
I love that you said it really pulls out those little pops of purple in the variegated. That is literally the whole secret to color pairing any colors. Is
yeah,
I go and I find the variegated yarn that I want to use, and I find the smallest amount of color in there. Like, it's barely there. I find the smallest amount of color. I will go and find a yarn to pair it that matches that tiny bit of color. And then it just really pops out all of that small
it
amounts
does.
of whatever color. Like, when I did the purple and the yellow hatch, there was very small amounts of purple in there, or yeah, that's how I pair all of my colors. That's how I decide.
And it's so funny because 'cause I'm the opposite, but I love how but it works for you. Like, I love how but I'm just like, "Ooh, it has pink in it. Let's have more pink."
Yeah. But and it works too. Like, that works
Yeah, yeah,
fantastic as well, because it's already in the variegated. If you can pull a
yeah,
color from the variegated and put it into your solid,
yeah,
right on. You got
yeah.
it. It's
But if
done.
you want that pop,
Mhm.
like, for this, like that pop, it's
Mhm.
gonna just make everything pop instead of it just kinda being samesies, so,
That purple is
yeah.
going to shine through in the variegated,
Mhm.
with the yellows and the greens. It's just all going to be so lovely together. Even
I'm
the pink, because you
excited.
don't have a ton of pink in there either. So,
Mm-mm. No.
whatever way you decide, it's going to be stunning.
Yeah. Yeah, I saved the one that has, like, the big see, that has a big pop of pink. Well, it looks orange, but has a big pop of pink. I'm gonna save that one for something else, but I saw that just hint of purple, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's gonna" so, okay, sorry,
Also,
moving
those
on.
also scream sassy cowls, just so
I was
you
thinking that too. I'm stuck on cowls right now,
know. Me
so,
too.
yeah,
Make all the cowls all the time.
yeah. Yeah. I've got to get some, like, solid colored shirts. I have, like, no solid color shirts, so I can start wearing my cowls, so
Yeah, I've realized I need to branch out more and have more color in my wardrobe and not
yeah.
just black.
Same.
um, Otherwise, I can't wear half of what I've made myself.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt now for a green sweater that matches my original Verna cowl, because, or even
That
green or
yeah.
cream.
Ooh, cream would really be pretty. Yeah.
I think so. And I honestly think it would look really pretty with like a burgundy or a cranberry color, because there is those little pops
Yes.
of burgundy in there.
And burgundy would be really pretty on you too. Not saying that other colors wouldn't, but burgundy with your skin tone and your hair, oh, yes.
I love, I love
Yeah,
burgundy. I do.
yeah,
Any
yeah,
sort of reds or purpley reds, I'm all about it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, this is gonna be so much fun. Thank y'all
Yes.
for helping me decide. It was so funny because this whole time, like, I'm listening to what you're saying, but in the back of my head, I'm like, "What yarn can I use?" And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw that and I was like, "Oh," I just could not hold it together.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna post in the group because I think it would
Yes.
be fun to see what, everybody thinks, but I'm really leaning towards this because I think, yeah,
Yeah.
so pretty.
I
So,
think it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait to see what everybody else thinks about it too. Like,
yes, yeah.
someone
So,
might come up with an idea that we just don't already
we
have.
didn't yeah, I
Hmm.
love it.
Me
All
too.
right, well, I think I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you for just being such a beautiful person
Oh,
and such a talented designer. I love all of your patterns. And I'm just so honored that you chose to design this one with some of my yarn, and you just made me love it even more. And thank you for hosting this too, because I know there's a lot of work that goes into Crochet Along. So I just hope you know that you're appreciated and that you're amazingly talented. So
Nikki, you know that I feel the feeling is so mutual with you.
thank you.
I love working with your yarn. Your yarn is 100% one of my top 3 favorite yarns to work with.
Thank you.
And you're insanely talented and so sweet. And thank you for doing this with me.
Yes, I'm honored to. So,
Awesome.
all right, y'all. Thank you. Those
Thank
of you
you,
who joined
guys.
in the live. And if you catch the replay, still say hey to us because we want to hear from you. And again, the link to the group is in the description of this video. And so is the pattern. So come join the fun.
Yes, join
All
us
right.
there.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.